Hi, Chris, and welcome to us here today at Middlecon. We're so glad that we have you here, and we have heard so much today about this data lakehouse. What is it really?
Well, we've been at Evolve Stockholm, haven't we? So we've met with a lot of clients. So we refer to it as the Open Data Lakehouse, and that consists of really two things. One, the lakehouse technology, and for the audience, the lakehouse is a combination of the data lake and warehouse, and optimizing that pattern into a single thing. It's a piece of technology called Apache Iceberg. It's an open source project that we've been supporting contribution to. And what we've done is brought that into our platform. So we've made sure it's available everywhere in our platform, in all form factors, wherever it might be deployed. And then the more important aspect is the open aspect of it. That's, again, two things. One, all data and metadata under management by Iceberg will always be open and accessible to the customer to do as they want to with their own data. And also, as an open project, it means we can integrate it with a wider ecosystem of engines. So if your data is stored and managed in Cloudera Data Platform in the open lakehouse format, you'll be able to bring other engines to that data to act upon it. So that's part of our strategy, and it's a fundamental component of our latest release.
You've gone through some of the benefits of the product now, but could you tell us a little bit more of the benefits for the customers? What will they gain from using this kind of technology?
So if we think of it in two different ways, the technology has some great qualities around how it operates. It effectively stores data and metadata as data on the object store at very large volume. And that offloads the metastore. And so this then brings a number of features to the table. We can store more metadata, a lot more metadata. And so because of that, we can do interesting things with it. They're referred to as manifest files. And what we're able to do is keep, if you like, full history of all change that's been taken on the data. And you can start to version control your data in some respects and treat it like different paths of code as you would version control code. And it's a technique called time travel. So you can snapshot and go back to a point in time or go back to a discrete snapshot. So your question was, how does that benefit a customer? And some of the examples I have are in financial services. If you're under regulation, you may need to be able to report on a particular moment in time and show a full representation of that data at that moment of time. And so you can choose that data across a range of snapshots and then present that to the regulator as the decisions that were made at that moment in time. The other thing that I've seen as use cases talking to customers is data comes in at various time frequencies. Some of it will be batch micro-batched, some of it will be event-based. And so that will land at various points in time, and you might need to rationalize all that at some point in the future, bring it all together. And you see that use case in IoT, you also see it in financial transactions and clearing transactions. So that's a really good way to kind of think about how the technology might impact a user or a customer in terms of a use case.
Yeah, and do you see any differences in how this will benefit different kinds of customers within different industries, or?
So yes, we're seeing it impact customers across industry, very much in financial services. We also see telecommunications in terms of billing and that kind of domain, and retail in terms of maintaining, if you like, their supply chain and understanding their supply chain. And again, the frequency at which data comes in can vary quite dramatically in that context. We're also seeing it as a mechanism to bring in that open community and be able to share data more effectively through other services. And so we recognize at Cloudera, we're not the only part of the vendor community within an enterprise business. And so by having this open framework as the foundations of what we're building here, we're able to bring the rest of the community along with us. So data under management in Cloudera Data Platform can be consumed by other engines. So some organizations might use a cloud data warehouse, and that cloud data warehouse, if it's Iceberg compatible external tables, you'll be able to query those tables through that external data warehouse.
Thank you, Chris, for a great presentation, and great to meet you here at Evolve today.
I really appreciate you inviting me for this conversation as well. Thank you very much. It's been good to speak to you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.